closing statements.
Thank you. Well, first of all, just to pick up on a couple of people, particularly women, who've said about the terrific things that Islam gives women in terms of rights. The first thing is, yes, in 7th century Arabia, some of this was progressive. In 21st century Britain, it is not. And you have to make that fundamental admission that the Quran is not a document for women's rights in Europe in 2010. It is not. Secondly, why is it that only Islamic societies and mosques in this country are places which teach and preach hatred of other minorities? Every single week in this country, there are people on campuses who teach the murder of minorities. Last week, it was somebody who calls for the murder of apostates. The week before, at another university, it was somebody who believes the Jews are fair game. This is not tolerable. It is not tolerable for Muslims. It is not tolerable from anyone else. You, I hope, would agree with me that any minority that engaged in such hatred and bigotry should be criticised. Don't pretend that the cloak of Islam and Islamic belief and religious fervour means that people like us cannot say that people who call for the murder of minorities are not mainstream, are not acceptable, and have to be critiqued.
So, Tariq Ramadan, Professor of Contemporary Islamic Studies at Oxford University, final word goes to you, your closing statement, incorporating some of the points raised by our audience.
Thank you for that, and welcome to social cohesion. That's really nice. So I would say here that when we look at what is happening now, I am saying, yes, now Europe is failing its Muslims as something which is the global, the overall picture. Now when we come with time, what is happening in Europe now is quite different. And this is what I call the silent revolution. When we look at what is going on at the grassroots level with citizens that are European Muslims and Muslim Europeans, and they are here and they are going to stay, and they are going now to go to something which is not to talk about integration. They are all fed up with integrate. Now they contribute, now they give, now they build, and this is it. So, to respond to what you said, I would agree with you that the feeling of the Muslims that they are at home, but for the time being, we still have to work. This is why I'm saying, yes, we are failing our Muslims, and we have to work together to change this perception and to change the reality. And the first, I'm addressing here, and by the way, you know, I can call you brother in humanity. I did it yesterday. I am going to do it today. I'm going now to tell you this. It's not a problem for me to say to my brothers and sisters in humanity, in religion, and as citizens that we are brothers and sisters. If you have a problem with brotherhood, it's not my problem. So the point here is, and please, we have been talking about what doesn't work. Let us speak about what works at the grassroots level.
All right, let me give you the result now. So let me remind you that before the debate, as you in the audience here were coming in, 237 of you were for the motion, 220 were against, and the don't knows were 218. This is how you've voted after you've heard our panel make their presentations. You've also put your comments. So after the debate, for the motion, Europe is failing its Muslims, only slightly gone up, 249. Against the motion, 346. And the don't knows have gone from 218 to 84. So Europe is failing its Muslims. Against have won Douglas Murray and Fleming Rose. Congratulations to you. Our thanks to all our speakers, to the British Council for making this very important debate possible, to you here in the audience at Cadogan Hall in central London, of course, you at home who are watching. I'm going to go and celebrate with the winners and commiserate with the losers. From me, Zainab Badawi, goodbye. Thank you.